the Baale of Alabameta village in Ipetu Ijesha. Chief Oyekunle Oyesanmi was a childhood friend. We started life together when we were very, very young.
I've known Oyekunle since we were very young, and we were born the same day. Well, that's what we were told by our mothers. And even up to the time he passed away, I was just claiming that maybe I was the person that was born in the morning, he was born in the afternoon.
Agboolé bàbá Ìyèmí, ibẹ̀ náà ti tọ́jú rẹ̀. Lágboolé bàbá Ìyèmí bí kékeré, èmi náà rí kékeré bẹ́ẹ̀ àti àlélẹ́ yìí. Àdáa ni kò lè wà pẹ̀lẹ́pẹ̀lẹ́. Gbogbo bàbá àgbàlagbà, bàbá kò bí ìyá rẹ̀ ó ṣàdúrà, yèyé kò bí ìyá rẹ̀ ṣàdúrà, gbogbo èèyàn ló ṣàdúrà fún. Àdúrà ọlọ́tọ́ lè yìí títí dọjọ́ òkú rẹ̀. Lágboolé Àpótí, bàbá dáadáa ni.
Ó jẹ́ bàbá fún mi. Bàbá kan náà ló jọ bí wa.
I think I grew to know him properly around 1954. And ever since, I've been with him, so to say.
Grew up knowing him as Brother Kunle, so I always referred to him as Brother Kunle, but actually he was my uncle. My earliest memories of Brother Kunle date back to 1959, when I and my family had just returned from England. My initial meeting with him, my first impression of him was that he was a kind and gentle human being.
The father was a produce merchant, and the produce merchants were the elite in this community in those days. And averagely, they were the rich people around us here. And any time my friend came home for a weekend, we were always together. We always took breakfast together and lunch together, and at times even supper together.
Ọbọ̀ ti dé àádọ́dọ̀ bàbá àájòkó ṣé ẹlẹ́sìn ń lọ ní àá lọ rìn ẹ dúró díẹ̀ èyí Àyẹ̀mí ga ní kẹ́ ẹ dúró ọkọ mi màá dáa àṣà àṣeré àájòkó títí ẹ má tí ì lọ ká má tí ì lọ àá lọ wọ́n pé ẹ ti débè torí náà bàbá dáadáa ni àríkọ̀ṣe tẹ̀rẹ̀ kọ́lọ́run jẹ́ ká ayé ṣe àríkọ̀ṣe lè wà tẹ̀rẹ̀.
Chief Oyekunle Oyesanmi was a very simple man, very easygoing and unassuming, very humble, and quite lovable and admirable.
Kunle has been a wonderful friend, and ever since I knew him, he has remained himself, a good person, a good man, and genuine and authentic in his dealings with me and those around us.
Anyone who knows Brother Kunle would know that he is the easiest, or he was the easiest person to get along with in this world. Very easygoing, very kind, very gentle, and very humble.
Again, it's not ambitious to acquire wealth, and is always honest, always focused, And he's a man of integrity and a man of honor. And I don't know, when the customs services was becoming a bit unpleasant for his own personal liking, I think that was why he retired voluntarily before the normal retiring age to become a private person.
Chief Oyekunle Oyesanmi happened to be my father. Not even biologically, but he's my father.
I'm just a junior brother to his friend. His friend has passed on since 1991. So I started knowing him maybe from the year I started school in 1951. The association was not as strong as it was before he died. But after my brother's death, it became so tight that he loved me as if he was given an assignment by my late brother to take care of me. He never had a bad word for anybody. He always related well with people.
Lérò pé ó lè pé ọ̀sẹ̀ kan ká tó fóònù nígbà tí ayé fóònù tún dé á lè pẹ́ ká tó máa ríra ẹ̀sùn kèèyàn fi lè gbà ẹ̀sùn mo lè fi gbàgbé rẹ̀ láéláé ná.
One good thing about him was that he was always asking for us. If we don't call him, he will call us to find out what is happening.
Their relationship has gotten to a point where we exchange text message every day, up to 2 days before he departed.
But there was no single day that passed for the past 10 years that he would not be on phone to me at least 3 times in a day.
Development tí bàbá ti gbé wá sí Ìpẹ̀tù Ìjẹ̀ṣà kò lóǹkà.
We spent hours on phone, hours, not less than 3 times in a day, on issues relating to Ìpẹ̀tù development, on issues relating to the diocese, on issues relating to St. Paul's Cathedral.
He loves his family. He loves his friend.
He's all in love for this community, and his sudden death has left a terrible vacuum in this community, and that vacuum will be difficult to fill for some time.
Leadership, especially in the Ijesha Northeast Diocese, where he was the Baba Egbejo of the cathedral. Not just myself. The whole cathedral will miss Chief Oyekunle Oyesanmi.
Enrolled into Nigerian customs broker called Nigeria's Clearing and Forwarding in the year 1990. But àwọn tá a bá ń bẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bá wa tó dẹ̀ ń gbà wá ní ìmọ̀ràn báwo ni ọjọ́ ọ̀la yóò ti rí àwọn ní bàbá wa Oyekunle Oyesanmi.
There are many issues which should not make me to forget him in life. He was a good advisor. This my house, where we are now, would not have been here. He kept on worrying me that I have to build a house that he could come with me.
Ó ti ṣe nǹkan tó jẹ́ pé a lè fi gbàgbé láéláé. Ìdí ni pé nígbà tí Kúnlé Olúwasanmi tó di ènìyàn, ìtumọ̀ rẹ̀ ni pé nígbà ó di pé ó di ènìyàn gidi náà, gbogbo wa pátápátá ló kó mọ́ra. Ẹ sí ìyàtọ̀ kankan mọ́.
Mo ṣe kó mọ́ra àmọ́ra bí ọmọ látọ̀dọ̀ rẹ̀. Gbogbo nǹkan tí bàbá ní kò jọ lójú ó fi sílẹ̀ fún wa ní ká máa ìtọ́jú ọmọ.
He is patriotic and is generous to a fault, and he assisted so many people in our community here. There was a time that we set up a school of church music in our cathedral. 15 children enrolled for that program. They had no money to pay. I just told my friends, say, look, this school, we want it to run so that it will empower our youth to get something to manage with. Spending time, they will get maybe a more reliable appointment. Because they did not get the money to pay, my friends sent the tuition, token tuition, for the 15 of them. He sent the money to our church.
Oyekunle also loved his family, not just his immediate family, his immediate family, his extended family. He loved his extended family, and he treated all of them as equals. My children benefited a lot from the kindness of Oyekunle Oyesanmi.
Ọlájídé Àkànní ó mutira òun lọ gbà wò lọ́wọ́ mi.
ẹbí mo máa béèrè ló máa kó nígbà tí gbà yẹn fóònù pàjẹ́ mi èlò ìlànà kó táyà ránṣẹ́ sí mi wípé táyà ní ṣe táyà rẹ ò tí gbó máa ti gbó ìlànà kó ránṣẹ́ sí mi.
nígbà kan tọkọ mi kú tí mò ń gbé bí torí bí òun bàbá ló wà tún ṣe bàtà wọn fẹ́ túlẹ̀ yẹn ṣe wọ́n fún mi lówó ní kí n lọ gbalé ná kémi lọ gbalé pé táwọn bá ti túlẹ̀ yẹn ṣe tán pé kémi wá padà síbí gbogbo lè ṣe tó bó ṣe mọ̀ ṣe ń náwó sí wọ́n ń béèrè owó lọ́wọ́ wa wọ́n ń béèrè nǹkan kan.
a ó ṣe omi fún wa ó ṣe gbogbo everything gbogbo nǹkan jẹ́ àlòyà ọ̀fi tí a lọ́rùn bàbá mi náà ni ọmọ tí máa bàbá mi o a pè mí nǹkan bá ní àmúránṣẹ́ sí mi kí n fi jẹun.
Cathedral. I used to refer all the projects in the cathedral as Oyekunle's projects because he would start it not on appeal, on his own institution. He would start the project. He bought a big organ for us, millions of naira from his purse, and the maintenance of that organ has been his responsibility many years prior to his death. Being a good leader, because he led us by example and formed what we call intervention group in the cathedral. We intervened to assist the cathedral to meet its financial challenges.
There is no light now, there is no water, there is no road. It's because of corruption. People are not honest. When my friend was appointed the Minister for Power and Steel, the salary of workers of most of these departments had been outstanding for a very long time. By the time he was appointed during short time, he went around all the industries, the one at Oshogbo, and the people were surprised that what? But this will appear to be the first time that they will see their minister coming around to see them. Then he was a good family man. He assisted the members of the family, and the members of the family equally loved him because of his generosity, because of his kindness to them, to their children. And anytime he came around maybe for a weekend visit, the members of the family would come.
láàrin mọ̀lẹ́bí ó dáa fẹ́ bí.
nígbà tó di pé ó tó gbangba sùn lọ́yẹ̀ kò sẹ́ àbí àtìgbà tí ó tó gbangba sùn lọ́yẹ̀ gan kò sẹ́ni kankan tó ṣáàtì nínú gbogbo ìdílé.
ọlẹ́mí kó ni mọ́ra bí gẹ́gẹ́ bí bàbá náà ni mi pé.
bàbá dára sí mi ìyẹn dáadáa ni bàbá tí bàbá bá ti rí tèkó bù tó bá ti délé gbàrà á pè mí pé á dá orúkọ mi pé Látúndùn mo ti wà ń gbòòrò ojú sí mi gbogbo nǹkan tán bá ti fẹ́ rà èmi lá lọ bá wọn rà.
Chief Oyekunle Oyesanmi ó jẹ́ ẹnìkan tó jẹ́ pé àtọmọdé àti àgbà ló kó mọ́ra bàbá ò bínú rí láti òwúrọ̀ dé alẹ́.
ọmọ mi kan náà bàbá ló bá wáṣẹ́ lórí fọ́ọ̀sì mọ̀ mi ìgbà tó graduate tó ń fẹ́ engineer bàbá lòun mọ̀ nípa pé olóhùn ti dàgbà bàbá lòun ti dàgbà pé òun ò mọ̀ nípa òun ò mọ àwọn èèyàn mọ́ ẹ̀sẹ̀ kọ́ bọ̀ nígbà tó wá lọ màárín ọwọ́ kan tí mo dọ́dọ̀ bàbá ló gba ọmọ yẹn lọ́wọ́ mi ló dẹ̀ bá a ṣe.
Now, with the benefit of hindsight, I think he also was aware that, how do I put it, that the end might be near. Because in the last 1 year, or 1.5 years of his life, he engaged in a flurry of activities, which with the benefit of hindsight, one can safely say that he had foreknowledge of what was coming. For example, he settled a lot of family matters. He ensured that a children's chapel in the name of his late father, John Oyesanmi of blessed memory, Pa John Oyesanmi of blessed memory, he ensured the construction and completion and the furnishing of a children's chapel in St. Paul's Anglican Cathedral. And we all witnessed the glorious opening of that chapel earlier this year.
Ó dárúkọ mi látúndùn òun ti dé o kí bá àràn kan báyìí kí bá àràn kan báyìí àwọn lọ church wọn láwọn wá sí synod pé àwọn wọn júwèé bí sí máa ti ra iṣu yẹn pé àwọn rí iṣu kan bẹ̀ pé kémi bá wọn lọ bẹ̀ kí lọ bá wọn ra iṣu mo ra iṣu yẹn ó ní iṣu tí mo bá dádì mi rà láàsì lélẹ́yìí ó ní òun làwọn jẹ mọ́ pé bàbá ò lè jẹ iṣu mọ́ o ní kí n ṣe tí mo ní mi ò lè jẹ torí ẹni dájú ti ṣe mí jù torí a sì jọ sọ̀rọ̀ ní ọjọ́ Sunday yẹn ni wọ́n dẹ̀ ṣojú pé àwọn wọ́n fẹ́ kú so ó surprise mi pé wọ́n lè kú báyẹn.
But just of recent back came up and tell the whole cathedral agbára wọn ò gbé kán lọ wá èèyàn míì ọ̀kan fi igbákejì òun kó máa steer guard of the leadership.
The only thing that paid me again was the prophetic way he displayed at our last meeting. He insisted that the chairmanship, that is himself as the chairman, should be changed. That was the last meeting. As if he knew that he was passing on. We had our lunch in his house Sunday preceding his death.
But none of us to realize that Baba is preparing and winding up.
On that fateful Sunday, he was with us, and we had a lunch together.
We took our lunch in his house, and nobody knew.
I didn't know it was the last lunch we will have together. On the Sunday prior to the time he gave up. I really didn't, he invited me for lunch. I was not really in the mood of coming, but he insisted. And when I even told him, look, I can't drive, he said, we will send his driver. So he sent his driver to me. And they were almost finishing their food by the time I got there. But he insisted that I should come.
Kunle leaving this side of the universe without opportunity to say goodbye to him, gave me a lot of trauma, and I feel so sorry for him, for myself, and for the family.
We are all going to miss him. We are going to miss his leadership in the family. He was the anchor, he was the rock of Gibraltar of the Oyesanmi family.
Nǹkan bá rú wa lójú, à á pé báyìí ló ṣẹlẹ̀, á dé settle rẹ̀.
When we're talking about Christianity or his contribution to the growth of the church, then you are really seeing a Christian.
he doesn't hold grudges in his life. He is always forgiving. He always forgives people who have done him wrong.
He doesn't like publicity. Also, is absolutely very reliable, because there's a saying which says that the innocent-minded do not suspect evils in others.
In this Equity Theatre, Baba was a prominent person, even from the cathedral.
The first office for St. Paul's Church, then now St. Paul's Cathedral, was built by our society. He wants to do his thing quietly, without anybody knowing. He doesn't want people to know what he was doing for the public, for the church, and everything. So this office was built, and I think 80% of the fund in building the office was sponsored by my friend, late Oyekunle Oyesanmi.
ó dey try ọkọlé síbẹ̀ ó ṣe everything àyàn ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì ní ìyẹn gbàgbé rẹ̀ láéláé ẹ la ìṣẹ̀sílẹ̀ ń gan ní ọdún la wá sílé tó kọ́ fún ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì ní jẹ́lógún ìlànà Ọlọ́run jẹ́lógún kọ́nìyàn má tẹ̀lé ìlànà rẹ̀ èyí ní ṣìnà.
The iron organ that our church is using, when he was appointed that by Egbejo, he bought it from America. He imported it from America. I think
I've just completed a project for the diocese. After Oyekunle Oyesanmi had completed his own, it was he that advised me that, you can start doing something. Doesn't matter. The money could be much, but God will provide. And I started building the project, I started embarking on the project, and to God be the glory, I completed the project before his passing on. The only painful thing is that the chapel has not been dedicated before his death.
Bàbá dáa ìjọ Anglican wọn lè gbàgbé bàbá láyé torí bàbá dúró dáa nínú ẹ̀sìn
torí ọmọ Ọlọ́run ọsìn Ọlọ́run dójú àmì Ọlọ́run náà lọ yá sìn líbi kan yá ṣe kíní fi dé sí lójú ọ̀nà amọ̀ràn kí mọ́kàn yẹ gbà ẹ́ iná ìyàsó làdùn Ọlọ́run ló yẹ ṣe gbogbo òun ló yẹ fún ni ní nǹkan tí ò lè béèrè tí ò lè sìrègùn tí ò lè gbà lọ́wọ́ ẹni tẹ̀nìyàn máa tẹ̀sí lànà Kúnlé Olúwasanmi ẹni jogún òfo.
In all ramification of life, there is no replacement of that man in my life.
Bàbá ò lápọn bàbá ò kò ilé ayé ò jọ bàbá lójú.
God for his life. I thank God that I was able to meet such a wonderful person, in my life, and the kind of relationship we had. I will continue to cherish this, and then, of course, the wonderful family he has built up.
As a community leader, he excelled.
And one day I sat him down and I asked him about his nature, that it's unusual to find a person like him. And what he told me was very simple. He said that any person, however bad that person may be, he always tries to look for the best things in that person. And it is those good things, he said it's the good things that he remembers about a person. He does not remember or keep in mind the bad things. And this is what keeps him at peace with everybody.
Pàtàkì kàyẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ọmọnà Ọlọ́run òun ni bàbá ẹgbẹ́ ìjọ Anglican.
ìyẹ̀gúdí mo kàn dé gba àwọn èèyàn ni pé téèyàn bá ti ní ẹbí àti ará kó make sure kó kó wọn mọ́ra kó dẹ̀ ṣe ojúṣe tó bá yẹ kó ṣe fún wọn kó ṣe fún wọn.
So àní máa ṣàwọn lòun kàwa náà tá a jókòó gbogbo náà ká ní ká máa ṣàwọn wípé Ọlọ́run pàpà sọ pé ọwọ́ híhá kìkì sí àní ni èkejì mi kò háwọ́ sọ́mọ ènìyàn kò háwọ́ sí ìjọ Ọlọ́run kò háwọ́ sí ìlú Ìpẹ́tù Ìjẹ̀ṣà ó ṣèwọ̀nba tó lè ṣe orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà.
What I really miss in him is his advice, his integrity, his frankness, and he's somebody you can trust, absolutely.
And that is Oluwasanmi for you. Kò mọ ọmọdé, kò mọ àgbà. He treated everybody as equal. He's a praying that Baba Oyekunle Oyesanmi, ibi tẹ́ kọjú sílẹ̀ ní ilẹ̀ rẹ ni. Gbogbo ibi tẹ́ fi sílẹ̀ lágbára Ọlọ́run bá èṣù ní dàbẹ̀rú. Sùn re o, Baba Oyekunle Oyesanmi, ọ̀run rere.